Hello, the Pioneer viewers. As you know, our agenda is Russia-Ukraine war. We're trying to give you a better understanding of developments and analysis of the Russian-Ukrainian war. The front line seems to be quite active in recent days. While the parties are increasing their mutual attacks, the developments also provide important details about the war. The war, which is about to complete its second year, has passed through very important stages. In the process closely followed by the international community, the Ukrainian authorities took important steps to resist the Russian invasion. While the sanctions imposed against Russia have caused economic difficulties, Moscow authorities are trying to make moves to avoid public backlash. The growing opposition in Russia is starting to react, especially after the recent events. While there are stressful days in the Kremlin, developments in Kiev give hope. Support from the European countries to Ukraine is increasing day by day. Although the increase in support packages scares Russia, Ukraine continues to support its gains. Russia continues to insist on its invasion attempt against Ukraine, but the indicators on the front are proving that it is difficult. The Russian army, which is struggling to exist against the counterattacks of the Ukrainian army, is cornered. As the losses of the Russian army increase with each passing day, the Kremlin continues to make stubborn moves. The military losses of the Russian army have reached quite high level. Russia, which has lost expensive military equipment along with the losses of soldiers, is literally giving the war economy. In an attack carried out by the Ukrainian army in the past days, the Russian army again suffered heavy losses. European countries are providing great support to the Ukrainian army's fighting force. In recent days, statements of support came one after the another, and the Kiev welcomed it. Now, if you are ready, let's analyze the latest developments together. As the Pioneer, we continue to report on Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. I also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments with us. Tell us in the comments what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. Let's start if you are ready. The Pioneer reports. The images published on social media recently were watched by thousands of people in a short time. The footage of the Ukrainian army trapping the Russian troops was shared by many social media users. In the comments, there were messages of support for Ukraine. In the published footage, the 50th Motorized Brigade of the Ukrainian army was on the scene. In the operation that took place in the Buholda region northwest of the village of Shevchenko, the Russian unit suffered significant losses. The operation, in which Ukrainian military intelligence is in the background, contains incredible details. Ukrainian military intelligence has been making important contribution to the operations of the Ukrainian army since the beginning of the war. According to the information obtained from local sources, Ukrainian military intelligence frequently carries out reconnaissance and observation activities in the region. Ukrainian military intelligence, which has secret sources of information about the Russian army, has the opportunity to learn the plans of the Russian army in advance. Having learned the route of the Russian mechanized unit's passage, Ukrainian military intelligence quickly provided information to the Ukrainian army for the necessary intervention. The Ukrainian army deployed its troops to the region in line with the information it received. Everything was now ready. All that was needed for the Russian troops to approach the trap. When the expected moment came, the Ukrainian army attacked as planned. After the attack, Russian soldiers started fleeing left and right. In the successful offensive operations of the Ukrainian army, 3 tanks belonging to the Russian army were destroyed. A large number of Russian infantry were also among those destroyed. The images of attack carried out by the Ukrainian army with the contribution of the unmanned aerial vehicles and the artillery units were shared by Ukrainian officials on social media. Ukrainian military intelligence is making significant contributions to the operations. Kiev authorities have been emphasizing coordination between units since the beginning of the war. It is observed that the cooperation between all units serving in Ukraine is highly developed. Many experts say that the coordination and solidarity is one of the most important factors in Ukraine's successes. The Ukrainian army is advancing with the brave citizens who want to liberate their country from the occupation. The Russian army, on the other hand, is made up of unmotivated soldiers who have been mobilized to war by Moscow. It is why there are many mistakes and failures during the Russian operations. The Ukrainian army continues its struggle at the front line with stronger support. With the recently announced support, the process of the rebuilding Ukraine will accelerate. The support for the Ukrainian army is divided into the military and economic areas. While the Ukrainian army is being strengthened with military support, a new Ukraine is being built with economic support. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said that the last day Ukraine will soon receive its long-awaited F-16 fighter jets and that the Western allies are working hard to bring Kiev's pilots up to the speed on modern aircraft. Support for the Ukrainian military is not limited to the fighter jets. The statement made by the Swedish Defense Ministry was quite surprising. According to the Swedish Defense Ministry, the Scandinavian country will donate military aid worth about 7.1 billion Swedish crowns or $682 million to Ukraine, including equipment for the supply of weapons and fresh cash transfer. This will be the Swedes' fifth round of aid of Ukraine and the Nordic country's largest package to date. Sweden's overall aid since Russia's attempted military invasion in 2022 will reach nearly 30 billion crowns, or $2.8 billion. The defense minister said in a statement that they will continue to support Ukraine, stating that they will not hesitate to take any necessary step to ensure the security. The minister announced that the defense spending will increase. The fact that the European countries are sending support packages and increasing their defense budgets, respectively, attracts the attention of the military experts. Stating that there is a tense environment in Europe, experts found it natural for European countries to take measures against Russia's aggressive policy. States want to feel safe by increasing their defense budgets. Especially NATO member countries are making a serious effort to comply with these standards. Increasing tension day by day forces countries to take measures. The possible scenarios in the coming period are already arousing curiosity. So, what do you think about the incredible operation of the Ukrainian army? How do you think the Ukrainian military intelligence has contributed to Ukraine with its works during the war? How do you evaluate the support sent to Ukraine? Or how do you interpret the increase in the defense budgets of the European countries? Do you think there will be more drastic moves in the coming days? We value your opinion. Please share it with us.